Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon and good evening, and welcome back to Football Manager 2023 with me, Dean, and our epic quest across Europe, where we're aiming to win every top flight division in the European nations that are in the game. Currently in nation number 15, which is Turkey, as the manager of Konyaspor. We've got a few things to go over since you were last here. I'm also going to try and change the format up again a little bit today, guys. I'm going to try and get 3 games in live comms, but I'm going to cut down on the amount of highlights in the live comms, sort of really key highlights, keep it to the goals and some really close misses. Try and get 3 games in instead of just the one. But to start with, we're going to have a look. Finances, transfers, financially, we've got £4 million in the bank. We've got a transfer budget of 4.8 million. The wage budget has also come down, I believe, since the last time you were with us. That's because we have spent some money, and we've also recouped some. We've moved a couple of players on. Didn't really have an option with some of them. It was I couldn't really keep them here. In terms of date-wise, let's have a look at the ones who have gone out. There's been quite a few gone out. We can see we've made nearly £19 million in sales. We'll start here, and it was Ocon. Had a decent season for us so far, but he's moved on to PSG for initial fee of 6.75 million, but it's potential to go up to 12.75 million. And he was unhappy that I rejected it the first time round, and it just made sense to moving on. So he's gone to PSG. He hasn't actually played for the first team yet. He has played for the second team 4 times and scored 3 goals. So I believe they've now moved him up to the main squad. Expecting big things from Okan, especially at a team like PSG. There's also been a few players got on loan. Hakan Erdem, Peter Odom, who's one that we signed at the start of the season. He only played 4 times for us. I thought send him out to another Superliga side, get some development under him. But the big one, and this is now our record sale, it's less than the total for Ocon, but I don't know if we're going to make all of them for Ocon, all of these add-ons. So in terms of upfront fee, it is Gubbleton Namli. He has moved on to Besiktas for £10 million. His value has doubled since he's left us, but a total, it's cost him £11.5 million so far, with a total could be 12.25. So we made big money there on Gubbleton. The rest of them have all gone out on loan. In terms of who I've brought in, though, we've brought in 3. Tom Backhaus, you already knew about, the young Austrian, 18 years old, expecting big things from Tom. 3 games, 1 goal so far. Plenty of room to develop at 18 years old. Only paid £2.2 thousand for him. His value is already up around about the £1 million mark. Yosu Aquino has come in as Akan's replacement. He is a Peruvian, 24 years old. He's got some very good attributes for an advanced forward. He's got some decent physicals, lacking a little bit in pace, really. But he's got some good mentals as well. His work rate off the ball, decision making, and he's got some great technicals for that advanced forward position. He's come in for £700,000, already tripled his value. So I'm happy with that. He's played 3, scored 2 so far in his time here. And then Gubbleton's replacement is Rashid Husseini, who we've brought in from Excelsior for £8 million. This is my new record signing in this save. £8 million for a centre half Moroccan, 24 years old. Again, very good. A ball-playing central defender who has got okay passing. It does look like he's declined since he's come in, but his physicals are awesome, absolutely awesome. His mentals are good as well, and his technicals aren't too bad. If we compare him with Gubbleton, they're very similar, very similar. Rashid is a little bit more mentally and aerially better. He's better going forward as well. Physically, not quite as good as Gubbleton, but he's had a good start here to life at Konyaspor, 7.7 with 1 goal in his 4 appearances, so I'm pleased to welcome him to the club. In terms of how things have gone, though, since you were last with us, it was that 1-0 defeat to Alanyaspor. We've been on an unbeaten run since then. It's been absolutely unreal. Some of the earlier signings in the season, like David Garcia, they've started to really click into the squad. So Anchor Sport was the first one up, and David Garcia did score. Okan also scored, but Manuel Gomez missed a penalty for us in the first half. But we thoroughly deserved the victory. Their goalkeepers picked up the man of the match. And we've started scoring some goals, which is good. Followed that up against Trabzonspor. This was one that I wasn't really expecting to win. But again, we've gone and dominated the game with an XG of 2.95 compared to Trabzonspor's 0.79. Garcia again on the score sheet. Gubbleton and Manuel Gomez this time did score the penalty. Followed up with another 2-win against Yeni Malatyaspor. Away from home, again, another very dominant performance. David Garcia for the third game in a row. And Metin Sevinic with the goals. 2-0 against Adana DS. These are clubs maybe that we should be beating anyway, other than Trabzonspor. But again, a good performance. Nearly a 4 XG, restricted Adana to just the one shot on target. And it was Aletin and Metin Sevinic with the goals again. Candido's coming on that left-hand side in place of De Silva, and he's done really, really well. Did get a draw, though, against Altay. This was disappointing. Altay should be beating Altay, really, but Manuel Gomez gave us the lead in the 10th minute. Osman Pasa with the goal for Altay in the 16th minute. Even game, really. It was not the most exciting game of football, but we have outperformed Altay, and maybe we should have picked up the win here, but we didn't. 2-0 against Galatasaray. Now, this was a big shock, big shock, and it was Gubbleton and David Garcia on the score sheet, but we absolutely thumped them. I couldn't believe it. In -5 degrees, -5 degrees, I've just noticed there. But yeah, we really did thump them in front of 31,500 people as well. And then Göztepe, of course, we took on Göztepe in our first game here. And it was a narrow 2-1 win. We've thumped them 5-0 now, which just shows you the improvement that we have made to the squad and to the players starting to gel together. Candido with a double, Gubbleton, David Garcia again, and Josu Aquino with the goals in another thoroughly dominant performances. Did drop points then to Antalyaspor. Maybe shouldn't have, but we did. We've deserved to win, really. But it was Candido with the goal in the 2nd minute for us before we did concede on the hour mark through Othman. Should have won, but didn't. Fenerbahce, another one who I shocked that we've beaten. And it was Tom Backhouse with his first goal for the club. David Garcia again on the score sheet. He really has stepped up. But Fenerbahce just never had a sniff. Not a single one. And then most recently, 3 in a row against Bursaspor. First of all, Husseini and Garcia with a double. Great performance. Başakşehir next up. 2-0 win. David Garcia again on the score sheet. Alatin with the other one in another good dominant performance by the boys. And then most recently it has been against the team whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce. Genklebrigligi. We'll go with that. And it was a late goal by Josu Aquino in a game that we didn't deserve to win. They were better than us, but we have picked up the 3 points really late on. And in terms of how that's looked in the league table after that disappointing start that we had, we've really picked up the form there. We now sit just 2 points behind Besiktas at the top, and we do have a game in hand, which is great. It's really, really good. In terms of how the squad have done, goals, David Garcia has now moved on to 11 in 23, which for an inside forward is really, really good. Manuel Gomez has got 4, De Silva 3, Candido 3, Aquino and Backhouse have only just come in, so not expecting too much from them this early on. But assist-wise, it is Aletin still at the top. He's done really, really well, and I'm quite pleased with how things have gone. The 3 games we're going to rattle off today, though, guys, they're going to be Sivasspor, Kayserispor, and then Besiktas, top of the table clash there. And can we do the business and beat Besiktas? Can we get out of Turkey at the first attempt? That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Particularly after the start to the season that we made, where we didn't win a game in 5 there, drop points again there and there. So let's get into it anyway. Let's get into it. I don't want the episode to be too long, particularly with us getting 3 games in. So the lineup that we're going to start with for today, it's not going to be Sefa because he is slightly injured. We'll get Ramatula in there. It's going to be Yilmaz in goal. Had a great season. Taha Cengiz on the right side of the defence. Husseini and Senyol as the 2 defenders. Mujat starts today at left back. It's then going to be Aletin Alakatasi, Ramatula is the midfield three. De Silva comes back in on the left-hand side. Garcia and then Aquino up top. And we're straight into the game, and it is Sivasspor with the ball. It's Agostino, finds Ismail. Gomez, Nagy, tackled well by De Silva, but the ball falls at the feet of Gomez. Nagy again to Newpert. Switches the ball out wide to the left. Good header into the box, and that's an early effort there for Sivasspor that's gone just over the bar. Senyol looking to make something happen for us now. Alakatasi. Senyol again. Husseini, the new record signing for me personally in the save. Husseini feeds Ramatula into Alakatasi. Ball forward towards Garcia, who's in again. David Garcia with his 12th of the season, and he continues this excellent vein of form that he's in. He has really come into his own in this squad, has the Honduran. Sivasspor looking to get back into the game. Murat, now Talep goes long, should be easy for Husseini. No, he just, see the awareness there from Husseini just to back off. It gets the ball into Ramatula, finds Garcia. Garcia forward to Aquino. Aquino with the effort, it's in off the inside of the post. Questions of offside though from Aquino, might have gone slightly too early at the Peruvian there, and it has been disallowed unfortunately. He did go marginally early. Sivasspor into our half with Murat. He's tackled well by Aletin though. Feeds Ramatula. He needs some runners to go ahead of him. Alakatasi finds Garcia. It's a good tackle there by Newpert. Full-blooded, but we've won the ball back with Tahir Cengiz. A little bit of a midfield battle going on here, and Tahir is now out of position, but Garcia does really well to get it back. Alakatasi, Aletin, Ramatula, back to Alakatasi. Aletin again, the midfield three there. Switches out wide towards De Silva. It's a poor ball though, easy from Ismail, but De Silva's done well to pinch it back. The Brazilian driving into the area, pulls it in for Aletin. What a strike by Aletin, Taka with his third of the season. Good work by De Silva on the left-hand side to pinch the ball back. Drives towards that penalty area, feeds it inside towards Aletin, and it's a fantastic strike by the defensive midfielder there. Loads of space, first time strike. Goalkeeper had no chance. 2-0 Konyaspor. And at full time, 2-0 Konyaspor. Great performance by the lads. We've kept Sivasspor out quite comfortably there. David Garcia again scoring a goal. 21 shots with 7 on target to Sivasspor 6 with 1 on target is a really, really good performance. And that does, as things stand, put us at the top of the table. And there is the table after the Sivasspor game. As you can see, 24 played, 50 points, 15 wins, positive 29 goal difference. Next game is Kayserispor, so we'll get into that. And here we are, guys, at the Kayserispor game. A couple of changes to the starting lineup. We've brought Ferro back in as the left wing back. The young Italian, 29-year-old, young compared to me. Candido's coming on the left-hand side as well. Star player, though, David Garcia, is unfortunately suspended for this game after picking up too many yellow cards. So Tom Backhouse can play as an inside forward on that side. He's going to get the start there today. So hopefully we can grab another good result here. Continue that push at the top of the Turkish table. Early chance for Konyaspor. Candido with a free kick on the left-hand side towards Husseini. He's hit the crossbar. Candido's going to get it back now, though. Hakan helps it further on. Hakan, by the way, is our player who's out on loan to them. He can play against us. Senyol bringing the ball forward. Aletin, ball over the top towards Aquino. Too much on it, though. Novoselic gathers that one comfortably. Rolls it out to Mehmet. Into Faustino. Alabarin, it's cut out though. Gomez pinches it, finds it Backhouse into Aquino. Good save by the goalkeeper. Right, after a disappointing first half, we made a couple of changes at half time. We brought De Silva and Chichero on for Aquino and Candido. They weren't playing very well. Looking to get something out of this game now though. De Silva has fouled Emre there. It did look like it was outside the penalty area to me. I don't think we need VAR for that one. Referee, come on. I agree it was a foul, but not a penalty. It was way outside the area. Correct decision in the end. Kayserispor piling the pressure on us with this free kick early in the second half. It's going to be Harun to take it towards that back post. Headed clear by Aletin. De Silva gets it as well. Right into the final 10 minutes of the game, and it's been a very, very quiet game. Tahir Cengiz finds Husseini. Senyol driving into the centre circle, still going. I've got no idea what that was. Absolutely no idea what that was by Senyol. Novoselic finds a Kerim. Mehmet feeding it into the midfield, and Faustino. Emre now. Ball forward, and he's fouled by Ferro. Ferro's going to get himself sent off. on his return to the starting lineup. This has been a disappointing game here for Konyaspor, particularly after the run that we've been on. Quite disappointed with the performance from the boys. We've not offered anything going forward. Backhouse has been poor, De Silva's been poor, Candido was poor before I brought him off, Teixeira as well, having the man sent off as well, and now Konyaspor with a chance to pile the misery on. It's headed clear by Husseini though. Hakan with the effort from range. Hakan Erdem Hakan Erdem on loan from us gives Konyaspor the only goal of the game in the 92nd minute with a great effort from outside the area. Notice how he celebrates as well. Great strike against his employers, and he celebrates it like, you know. We're going to lose here. We have lost to Konyaspor, unfortunately. Very, very poor performance by Konyaspor. And where that leaves us after that last round of results is Besiktas did pick up a win against Ankaraspor. So they have moved back to the top of the table by 2 points. A disappointing defeat by us to Konyaspor. Hakan Erdem, our own player, getting the only goal of the game for us. And next up, it is Besiktas, top of the table clash. Galatasaray starting to close in as well. Now moved up to just the 2 points behind us. Fenerbahce are quite far behind. Trabzonspor as well. Başakşehir, again, quite far behind. Just wanted to jump back in, guys, before the Besiktas came and just show you the progress of Kiryat Shmona. It's been absolutely dreadful. You know, we've got Ibrahim Daldas there on loan. He scored 8 goals in 32 appearances. But in terms of the Israeli Premier League, they're back into the relegation zone. They did get themselves out of it, having picked up 4 wins. But the defending champions are a very real risk there of being relegated. So, like I said earlier on, we were very restricted by what we could do at Kiryat with the players that we could bring in. Financially, they're way back in the red again. So Europe hasn't helped them out as much as it could have done. But we were restricted massively there. And it was probably a fluke that we won the league, to be honest. But they're very, very threatened by relegation, are Kiryat. And here we are at the Besiktas game then, guys. Top of the table clash. And this is the lineup that we're going to go with for today. It is going to be Ramatula as the right back today. Husseini and Senyol now formed a good partnership in the centre of defence. Yilmaz continues in goal. Mudjak comes back in as the left back after Ferro got himself sent off in that last game. Midfield 3 is the same. Gomez, Alakatasi and Aletin. Garcia returns from suspension. De Silva starts on the left-hand side after Candido's poor performance in that last game. And then Aquino is going to start up top. I think Aquino just needs to get himself settled into the squad, really. He's not performed fantastically well so far since he's been here, but I think he will settle. He is a good player, is the Peruvian. I do think this could be a make or break for our season, this one. We have actually dropped back down to third behind Galatasaray, but this is the top of the table clash. I think winning this one would give us the best position. Little bit of a kit clash again, guys. We're the ones with the green stripes, but it's Besiktas coming forward. Husseini heads it clear. Mert with a what on earth was that by Mert? Thankfully, it went over the bar. Right, Husseini, deep free kick, feeds Aletin. Back to Husseini. Aletin again. Can he pick out a pass? Garcia into Aquino. Gomez with the effort from range. Manuel Gomez with his 5th goal of the season. And it's absolute beauty by Manuel Gomez. And it gives Konyaspor the 1-0 lead over Besiktas in the biggest game of the season. It's good play in the build-up. Garcia involved. Feeds Aquino. Good touch and pass. Gomez. What a finish that is. Coincidentally, guys, I did look up into the kit clash thing. And it's something to do with the way that the team colours are set up in the game, and the way it determines that. I think the only way what I was reading is the only way I could fix that is using the in-game editor, which of course I don't want to do. Gomez feeds Aquino to Silva to make it 2. No, I think Aquino was offside. Yeah, I think I have to use the in-game editor to do that. Obviously, I don't want to do that. I think when I go to the next nation, which is Croatia, I'll play around with it a little bit more, see if I can get the kits to work a little bit better. We may get some kit clashes, but we'll just go old school, guys. We'll just do this because they don't clash on here. We'll go old school. As Mudjak feeds De Silva. De Silva with a curling effort. It's rippled the top of the net. So yeah, I'm enjoying having the kits in. I need to figure out how to stop the kits clashing. Really, there are a lot of teams here in Turkey who do play with stripes. I know Besiktas are in a playing kit today, and you can kind of tell the difference, but it's still not how it should be, really. Right, we're into the final 20 minutes, and it is Besiktas looking to get back to the game with Hakan. Arsic feeds Sousa forward towards Diaz. Comes out wide to the right-hand side, and Sai back into Diaz, into the area, pulls it across, and it's a good finish by Mehmet Mustafa to level the game for Besiktas. And with 10 to go, it starts with the goalkeeper again. We win it in the air, though. Garcia picks up the second ball, but it's ended up at the feet of the Besiktas players, and it's Hakan driving forward. He's well tackled by Aletin, though. Aletin's left the ball. No, Aletin's done really well. Finds Garcia. Ramatula gives the ball away. Alakatasi gets it back, but Asian, it's backwards and forwards here. Nobody can get a foot on the ball. Eventually, it's tidied up, and now Candido on the left-hand side, driving towards the byline. He's got the pace to beat the defender. Candido pulls it back for Aletin. He's put it in the back of the net. Did it hit Aquino on the way through? I think it did. Was Aquino onside? This is season-defining stuff here. Did it hit Aquino? And was Aquino onside? It's been awarded, guys. I'm pretty sure it did hit Aquino. It did. He's been credited with his third goal. This is Candido. Fantastic run. Fantastic pace. The pullback as well. Yes, it's hit Aquino on the top of the head. He's miles onside. Absolutely nothing to worry about there. And with 10 minutes remaining, we take the lead again. 2-1 in this game. And a nice 2-1 win there. That's absolutely fantastic. Gulbutin, our former player, our record sale, had a poor game for Besiktas, which is very, very good for us. And confirmation, guys, after that game that we have moved to the top of the table. We are now 1 point ahead of Besiktas with 8 games remaining. So that's the end of today's episode, guys. Hopefully it's not too long. Currently, I'm sat at 46 minutes recording time. Obviously, that will be edited down quite drastically. I don't want these to be too long. But let me know what you think of the new format. Let me know if you want me to go back to how it was before, or if you're enjoying seeing the 3 games. Give you a little bit more insight into what happens here, you know. But guys, thank you for watching. As always, please remember to hit that thumbs up button and the subscribe button if you're new around here and you like what you've seen and you want to stay up to date. It's been a pleasure, guys. As always, we'll be back at the end of the season with Konyaspor to see if we can lift the Turkish title. But thank you very much, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers, guys.